news is from the state of Maharashtra, where today NCP will be protesting in Pune to mark Traitors Day. Now, Shiv Sena UBT MP Sanjay Raut has written a letter to UN saying that June 20th should be declared as Traitors Day, and NCP will also be holding a protest in Pune to mark Traitors Day. Now, the Shiv Sena Uddhav Thackeray camp has been speaking about it for the last 2 days. In fact, Uddhav Thackeray had said that after the foundation day of the Shiv Sena, which was yesterday, is the Gaddar day, that is today. On June 20 last year, remember, Eknath Shinde and some MLAs had gathered at a hotel in Surat to break away from the Mahavikas Aghadi government. CNN News 18's Mumbai Bureau Chief Vinya Deshpande is joining us on this story. Vinya, a very good morning to you. Could you give us more details about this demand that has been raised by the Shiv Sena UBT for declaring June 20th as the Traitors Day?
A very good morning to you. In fact, we have seen that politics over this has been raging in Maharashtra for the last few days, especially on the background of the 57th Foundation Day that was celebrated yesterday by both the factions, claiming to carry the true legacy of the Shiv Sena and of Babasaheb Thackeray. Now, in view of that, we have seen in the last few days, the UBT faction has kept on having Eknath Shinde, saying that it was, the Traitors Day, which was to be celebrated after the Foundation Day, which was on the 19th of June, because ostensibly this was the same day when a bunch of MLAs, along with Eknath Shinde, had in fact on this line moved to thereby bringing down the government thereafter and changing political equations in Maharashtra almost permanently. So on that background, today several protests have been lined up. In fact, planned protest which is going to take place is the one that is going to be held by the NCP in Pune, but in Mumbai as well. At several locations, police bandobast has been beefed up. May it be Worli, may it be Dadar. It is likely that the Shiv Sena UBT faction as well might protest in order to mark today's day as the Traitors Day. Meanwhile, Shiv Sena UBT faction member of parliament Sanjay Raut has tweeted early morning today saying that this is a public demand that he has now written to the UN seeking that 20th June be declared as World Traitors Day. This is ostensibly on the background of the recent fight between the two parties we had seen, where Eknath Shinde and his team had boasted about the kind of international reputation that Eknath Shinde has with respect to his work schedule and how internationally several leaders were amazed by his efficiency. And so was there a slamming of Uddhav Thackeray as internationally being chosen as one of the best chief ministers when he was the chief minister. So on that background now, there is this fresh war of words that has erupted. We have seen Sanjay Raut put out a fresh tweet saying that today's day should be marked as World Traitors Day, in view of marking the day when all these people went away. So the war of words between both the factions continues. Today we might see some protests in some parts, especially in Pune at least, where the NCP has a stronghold. NCP itself is going to hold a protest. Later in the day, we might see protests in Mumbai as well, but there is no official word on it as of now. But continuing with the war of words, both Uddhav Thackeray as well as the NCP have said in the last few days that today is ostensibly the Traitors Day, because today was the day when Eknath Shinde, along with a bunch of MLAs, had jumped fences and had gone to Surat. Back to you.
Also, Vinya, do we have any reaction from the Shinde Sena on this Traitors Day remark?
Well, for the last 2 to 3 days, these remarks have been, made, and that is why we have seen that Eknath Shinde himself, while in his address on the Foundation Day, had spoken about it. Today, as such, there is no fresh response. This is not a fresh war of words anyway. For the last 2 to 3 days, we have seen these kind of reactions go on and off. And to that, Eknath Shinde and his faction have also responded, slamming Uddhav Thackeray and his faction, saying that, we saw even on stage yesterday, Gajanan Ketkar spoke about it, saying that they should not really be called traitors, because the reason why the previous government came down was not because of anybody else, but because of the kind of troubles that the Shiv Sainik faced at the hands of the NCP, which was taking away and extracting all the funds as well as not giving any prominence to Shiv Sena. And that was the main reason why the MLAs who felt stifled while sitting in the Mahavikas Aghadi had to actually leave, and that was the main reason that should not be neglected. So we have seen response on this jibe come up from Eknath Shinde and his faction for the last 2 to 3 days. As of today, after Sanjay Raut's tweet, we haven't yet seen any response from them. Back to you.
Also, Vinya, how is this going to impact the Shinde Sena's image, given that assembly polls are also around the corner next year that are going to happen in Maharashtra? So how is this going to impact the party's image?
Well, we have seen that internally surveys that have been conducted by the Eknath Shinde group do not seem to be favorable for them as of now. They are completely aware that there is some amount of backlash because of the decision that they have taken, and they will have to work their way through. So there is a clear recognition of the challenge because of the narrative that's being used. Also, very simply, Shiv Sena Uddhav Thackeray faction is playing the victim card and is claiming that, time and again, these are the people who received them. We saw the same line that was taken up by Uddhav Thackeray as well in his Foundation Day speech yesterday, saying that, they have stabbed the womb of a mother, and that is how they have gone. So narrative building with respect to the cadres and to general population, which has been a Shiv Sena follower, has been that the Uddhav Thackeray faction has been at the receiving end and that it has been the victim in this entire game. Now, unless that perception changes, it clearly remains to be a challenge for the Eknath Shinde faction, which it is fully aware of. And that is why we are seeing that despite all these accusations and counter-accusations, Eknath Shinde faction has been in full swing in order to make sure that several leaders of the Uddhav Thackeray faction jump on to the Eknath Shinde faction. Back to you.
All right, Vinaya, please stay with us. We have Shiv Sena UBT's Anand Dubey joining us on the broadcast. आनंद दुबे जी, आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया CNN न्यूज़ 18 से जुड़ने के लिए। आपकी पार्टी ने एक डिमांड करी है कि जून 20 को ट्रेटर्स डे डिक्लेयर कर देना चाहिए। इस पे आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
देखिए, ऐसा जैसे कि हम लोग कहते हैं ना कि आज भाई विश्व का योगा दिवस है, आज अंतर्राष्ट्रीय सुरक्षा दिवस है, अंतर्राष्ट्रीय पर्यावरण दिवस है, ऐसे हम लोग कहते हैं। उसी प्रकार आज ही के दिन महाराष्ट्र में एक ऐसी घटना घटी थी जो दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण थी। एक रनिंग सरकार को कुछ लोगों ने षड्यंत्र करके गिरा दिया था, गद्दारी करके गिरा दिया था। तो उसके बाद उन्हीं समय के बीजेपी के और शिवसेना, जो कथित शिवसेना, उनके नेताओं ने कहा था कि 35 देशों ने इसकी जानकारी ली है, इसको देखा है। तो जब एक देश से मामला कई देशों में चला गया, तभी तो अंतर्राष्ट्रीय हो गया। तो अंतर्राष्ट्रीय हो ही गया है, तो क्यों ना फिर इसका दिवस भी मनाया जाए कि भाई आज ही के दिन गद्दारी हुई थी, और पूरी दुनिया को समझ में आए कि देखिए, किसी को मदद करके, किसी को ताकत देकर आप बड़ा बनाते हैं, एक दिन वो इतना बड़ा बनना चाहता है कि आपको ही समाप्त कर देता है, आपके अस्तित्व पर ही चैलेंज खड़ा कर देता है। तो इस प्रकार से चिट्ठी लिखी गई है। अब चूंकि अब संजय राउत साहब ने चिट्ठी लिखी है यूनाइटेड नेशन के प्रमुख को, देखते हैं क्या होता है।
जी, आनंद दुबे जी, आप बने रहिए हमारे साथ बीजेपी से तुहीन सिन्हा भी जुड़ रहे हैं। मिस्टर सिन्हा, वेरी गुड मॉर्निंग टू यू। सो शिव सेना UBT has been demanding that June 20th should be declared as Traitors Day, since this was the day when Shinde faction merged with the BJP and formed the government, and they decided to part ways with the Mahavikas Aghadi. What's your take on this?
Good morning. Well, Sanjay Raut clearly needs psychiatric help. And if he has written this letter with the permission of Uddhav ji, then I'm afraid the entire Uddhav Sena also needs psychiatric help. This is first of all, this is an internal matter of the country. To make it a public spectre for the world shows the immaturity of Uddhav Sena, shows that they are ill-equipped, they are incapable of, conducting themselves in the Indian democracy. But most importantly, coming back to the domestic debate, if at all, one has to call it a Traitor Day, it should be 26th November 2019, when they sought votes in the name of Modi ji, but then ditched us and formed the alliance with the Congress party, against whom Balasaheb Thackeray had been so vocal all the time.